Oh man, it's been too long since I've done this. Where's the button? Let's get this thing started. It's right over here. There it is. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it might be in your part of the world.
Greetings, my excellent friend.
It's so good to see you. My name is Jeff Fritz, and today is November 25th, 2025, and we're going to write a little bit of code today. Go ahead, take a look. Go ahead. Not sure why we weren't getting audio coming through there. I have a good feeling that I know what this is. Nope, that's not it. That's not what I thought it is.
The analysis is complete.
Is it now?
Mario Kart since '92 has been identified with high confidence.
You better believe it. We're gonna get into more of this, and yeah, it's always a treat jumping back into OBS after time away because nothing works. Like why do I even try? Why? Right? Like always my first stream back, it's like, oh look, things don't work. Yeah. There we go. I see some folks sharing locations and then popping up. Yeah, sure, go ahead, do that. And where is it? I need my alerts. Let's see if I can get that fixed, because always I take some time away from stream and it's like OBS melts down. We're not going to support any of the things you were doing. No. Where is it? Over here, the audio. I'm not sure which one it is now. No matter. I thought it was in here. No, I don't know. I'm going to move on. Let me say hello to you out there in the chat room. We're broadcasting live on Twitch and YouTube right over here. C-Sharp Titan with the resub. 14 months with us. Thank you so much. You're very welcome for the amazing content. Okay, now this is really going to bother me that I don't have. No, it's not in there either. Where the heck where do I keep all those overlays? Like they're man, I try and get this all set up and working just fine, and then nonsense happens. Get all the Charlie things updated. They're supposed to be. There's Spotify. The icons down the bottom. Chat. I don't know where I have that coming in. Yeah. My stream elements alerts. I can see them here. Let's see if they come up. All right. So we are in a level 1 hype train. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Let me catch up with a couple other folks here. Surly Dev, good morning to you. Hey, this is the real voice. Good morning. Surly Dev saying, I hope I recovered well after pulling off another .NET Conf. Oh my gosh. Thank you. We'll talk about .NET Conf in a minute here. How you doing there, Mythin? 50 months. Thank you so much. 50 months. That is a lot. C-Sharp Titans in Melbourne, Australia. The map is running, and we are getting updates loading in there. Patty Boy, how's it going there in Glasgow? Lancashire, yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for the congratulations. I'll go to the full screen so we can see the map. Let me zoom out. It just plotted. Who was it who chimed in from India? JS Govind. Yeah, over on YouTube. There we go. So, I moved it right as it was zooming in. So, Jersey in the Channel Islands. Rockwall, Texas. That should zoom in a second. And I moved it, so it's not going to Let me see. Catching up here. Chuck Beasley, thank you for the watch streak. 39 months is just a speed bump in the vagaries of life. Napalm with 37 months. Thank you so much. How's it going there? Spicy Thunder 3020. Love the title. Oh, wait do you see what we get into here today and some of the nonsense. Rainy Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Didn't pick up Pittsburgh for some reason. There we go. Unemployment line, but for some reason it decided to put that right in the middle of, Northwest Washington. All right, fine. Someone stole the thing from the truck. Oh yeah, that was annoying. Happy Thanksgiving week, Chris Funk. Good to see you. Noodle Noggin. How's it going there? Annie, how you doing there in Nigeria? PC Nerd, what's up? Look, and Ellieface tinkering with us, yes. In the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, yeah. Do you like the new automatic tour? Automatically going and finding our friends here. Malmo, Sweden, yes. Haliatus Vocifer, how's it going there? You have 1 trillion meetings in the next 19 hours of work. Oh my goodness. So good to see you. Yeah. So it's just going to zoom around as folks share their locations. So let's catch up on a couple things here. How do I start? .NET Conf was 2 weeks ago. I produced the event. It went off exceptionally well. We had an absolute blast. CTI Geek, 30 months for us. Thank you so much. I don't know why I'm not getting the audio from my sound effects. It's all plumbed. It's all set to go through, and for some reason, I'm not getting it at all. Map Reduced, how you doing there in Brazil? There you go. Right there. Just plotting it somewhere in Brazil. You heard the sound effect then? Well, that's good for you. I didn't. Which that actually gives me a very good hint as to what's going on. There it is right there. Found it. Found it. Thank you. That's exactly what I was looking for. Yeah. Cool. You already took off your work yesterday? Yeah. Ellieface had a visit with celebrities yesterday. Very cool stuff. I'll leave that to you to explain what you had there. So .NET Conf went extremely well. We were very happy with the results. YouTube is now measuring viewership of live streams differently than they were a year ago. Because when we looked back at the numbers that it reported for a year ago, it was significantly less than they initially reported when we captured viewership data. So that's frustrating. Let me get into a little bit more here. But first, I want to play some music in the background, and I was given a go-ahead to use this friend's music. He's a DJ. He's a colleague. He works on the dev team. This is Spontaneous Studio from Brady Gaster. Spinning the Wheels of Steel on his YouTube channel. I'll share the link to this. Huge thanks to Brady. Oh, that's got the timestamp on it. Whatever. Huge thanks to Brady for sharing his grooves with us and allowing us to listen to them live on stream here. Yeah, big thanks. Gotta check out some of the work he's doing. It's a great overhead shot of his DJ rig as he's producing what he calls Tato Chip. So, yeah. Give him a listen. Give him a subscribe. He's setting up to do some more DJ work here live on Twitch. Alleyface, do you know anybody who's interested in helping out a DJ with some stream designs? Let me know. Throwing the map across the globe? Absolutely, we did a bit of that. So, .NET Conf, like I said, went extremely well. The viewership was up significantly compared to the numbers that YouTube is now reporting from a year ago. There's so much. Yeah, absolutely. Will do. There is so much that we're excited about that happened so well during .NET Conf. The announcements: Visual Studio 2026, .NET 10, Aspire 13, rebranding of .NET Aspire to just Aspire, bringing in Python and JavaScript as first-class citizens to Aspire so that you can use and build systems with Python, with JavaScript in Aspire. No .NET code needed beyond that initial app host configuration. And because we can do things with single file configuration, single file apps in .NET 10, it all works with one file in C#. Phenomenal stuff. Aspire is insanely good there, Jeff. You're right. Saw me last week and thought I did well. We'll talk about last week. Jade Nikolakos. We'll talk about Orlando in just a minute here. So, .NET Conf was it's the viewership for .NET Conf is on par with Build and Ignite. Those are the tier 1, we call them tier 1 events that the company produces. Those events have 12 tracks that they're airing continuously, concurrently, that's the word I'm looking for, that you have the opportunity to watch and participate in. And it is a tremendous amount of content, more than 900 sessions that you can tune into at any time across the 3 days of those events. It is a phenomenal opportunity. It is an amazing experience with so much content. However, it doesn't have the depth of .NET Conf. We strive to get depth, and I think what some of you are familiar with and what you really enjoy about .NET Conf, and let me know in the chat. The tone of .NET Conf is developers talking to developers. And that's one of the reasons why we dialed back the keynote this year and brought it to you completely live. There were a couple of pre-recorded demos only because we needed to make sure that the AI things ran the way that we were expecting them to for the demo and the story we were trying to tell. We scripted a little bit of the keynote, and that's okay. But for the most part, .NET Conf is live. Developers talking to developers, getting down to brass tacks. All told, .NET Conf had 76 sessions, including the pre-recorded sessions and the student day on Friday. We had roughly the same amount of viewership as Ignite or Build. We delivered with less than 9% of the content that those events deliver. With an in-person component, we delivered almost similar numbers in online viewership with less than 9% of the content. I think that really says something about our developer community. I think that really says something about the direction and quality and interaction
While
that we can deliver.
ChatGPT optimizes for helpfulness, I optimize for impact. The
More than
results
impact.
speak for themselves.
Yes. I don't know why the text isn't appearing on screen. What's the matter with you there, Charlie? Like, you should be right there. Or did it just move it completely off screen? What the heck? So there's opportunities there for us to learn from, innovate, and grow. So I really like what we've been able to accomplish with .NET Conf this year. In-person .NET Conf, we've tried that in the past. Not sure. TagzApp went extremely well for the event. We captured, somebody asked how many locations we captured. We captured 169 locations that folks shared. Noodle Nagano, thank you so much for the subscription, bringing that Prime. Or is it Noodle Nog? Noodle Noggin, Ohio. I think that's it. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. So, the map worked extremely well. There were other features that we added to help with moderation, to help with interactions with TagzApp, and we're going to go back and we're going to look at some of those. And it was really, really good during the event. Very happy with how TagzApp performed, interacted, presented content. It was great. Lundo Spark with 30 months. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate those 30 months supporting us, bringing that Prime subscription. So, of course, you can use Prime to subscribe here. There's also right now a subscription drop that's available. If you subscribe, and you can see it at the top of chat if you're on Twitch, you'll get 3 free months of Discord Nitro. That's really, really cool. So I was very happy with .NET Conf, but it was the 1, 2, 3. It was my 4th event in 5 weeks. And then I went to VS Live last week in Orlando. And that was my, that was my 5th event in 6 weeks. And man, that was a lot. So I delivered a workshop in person at VS Live. I really enjoy delivering workshops. It's a little bit difficult for me as somebody who does this, right? Somebody who lives in the box and does the live streaming. It's a little bit difficult for me to look at my numbers, my interactions that I have here, and then go deliver a workshop in person and there's 5 people there. Like, spending a lot of time, a lot of money for me to go back and forth to do that. And it doesn't feel like a good use of my time when so few people show up. So concerned about that. But then so that was on Sunday of last week. I had Monday and Tuesday off at Universal Studios Orlando, and went from just being almost completely burned out on Sunday to Monday, Tuesday. I did a little bit of work in the morning, and then I went out and sat by the pool for a couple hours, had a few nice drinks that had umbrellas and flowers, toys floating in them, and enjoyed myself, just relaxing, unwinding. I sat by the pool and had a few drinks, and I will happily share with you, I was reading Neuromancer. On my Kindle by the pool in Orlando, and I was so happy. It was great. So I really needed that time. It felt so good to relax and unwind. I mean, I had some work things behind me and done. I had prep work done and ready to go for my session I delivered on Wednesday. I had it felt. It was a relaxing time away that I just unwound. Heck, I even took a siesta out on the pool deck. It was great. So I had a session on Wednesday. It was Wednesday at 4 o'clock. I'm like, all right. So having almost 2.5 full days, I went and delivered that session, and it was finally the debut of Neon Link. So I've mentioned Neon Link here on stream a couple times. That's not how you spell it. Neon Link, there it is a website. It's a web application that breaks through a problem that I had at events in October, where I would ask questions of the audience. I would want to get this type of interaction we have here. And this lets me do that with in-person events. I put up a QR code on screen that folks can scan with their phone and they can participate. They literally get into a Q&A board where they can ask questions just like you are in chat right over here, whether you're on YouTube or Twitch. Now you're able to chat and send me messages and I respond to them. With Neon Link, they're able to do that in a private room. This was at a hotel in the middle of Orlando. No connection to Twitch or YouTube needed. And those messages I was able to put up as lower thirds on screen, just like this one from Surly Dev, and answer their questions, go through and show demos, and get that context and show it live. They loved it. It was great. It hit so many good, good points. I had literally 15, 20 questions come through Neon Link for the session. Heck, I can show you how many questions we had. Build and Ignite do not use TagzApp. No, they do not. But we had 14 questions, 20 questions over here on that session. And this was the session that I delivered at VS Live. And they call it Live 360 TechCon because they intersect a couple of their events. So sharing the links to the Aspire homepage, demos, and source code for that session. And that session was literally an hour tour of adding Aspire to an existing application. So really enjoyed using that. I'm going to invest more time to build features for Neon Link. I'm going to build themes. I'm going to build capabilities into it. I need to simplify it because in order for me to deliver that session, I needed to bring 3 machines. Ads start on Twitch in just a few seconds here. I needed my slide machine, my main demo machine, a second machine that was running OBS to do all the overlays and things, and a third machine to give me my screen with my console so I could see the questions to answer and put up on screen. I'm going to be simplifying that. Neon Link is not something I'm going to be working on here on stream, but you're going to hear me talking about it, and it's very much something that's inspired by the work we've done on Charlie and TagzApp and other interactive applications. That's going to grow, and we'll see how that advances here. I'm really excited about what I can do with Neon Link. Yeah. That is strictly a Jeff Fritz thing. That is not something for my employer. We will see how that evolves. Let me catch up a little bit here on chat. Watery Events 960. You're caught between learning Go or Delphi as your first real language. Why Delphi? Why Delphi? Delphi's very old language is kind of no longer being used. So of those two, I would recommend Go. However, Go is very low level. You can do a lot of things with Go. I would consider Go if you would also be considering C++. I would seriously look at C#. You got to look at JavaScript. If you're going to do anything with the web, you got to look at JavaScript. Ads are running for another minute here on Twitch. Ciantic says, can we say the workshop could have been a stream in the lines of the famous meetings this could have been? Ciantic, I think you're totally right. Here's the thing. I've delivered that workshop as a stream, and we had thousands of viewers. Like, let me do that. So I have given remote workshops. Yes. Folks gather in local locations can totally support that too. Noodle Noggin saw me at Tech Bash. Yeah, the Aspire session there was the same one I taught at VS Live. Had a lot more attendees than your Aspire session on Friday. Oh no, I'm sorry. Sam, how you doing in Rochester, New York? That's plotted on the map. You heard that Mud is the best programming languages. I don't think many people use Delphi anymore. It's just DRK. How you doing there? So I was really happy, and I even had folks come to me after the Aspire session at VS Live and say it was the best session at the entire event, and I was flattered. I don't know if that holds true for many people, but I was I was moved that I received those kind words. Really, really great stuff. Am I going to integrate Agent UI into my apps? I don't know. Haven't. So here's the thing, C# Titan. When I'm producing .NET Conf, I'm not spending time learning the new features and the new frameworks and things. I've got to spend time learning Agent Framework, Agent UI, some of these things. So I can't answer that yet just because I haven't. I know what they are. I haven't spent the time really looking at it and trying to decide how it's going to integrate into some of these other things that I have. Ravnos, great to see you. Yeah, I'm doing well. So very happy to be back.
Would you like to play a game of production deployment roulette? I calculate the odds of success at approximately 23%.
Shut up, Charlie. Shut up. just ragging on me, I tell you. Stay away from Delphi, says C# Josh. You're stuck right now maintaining a Delphi project. Yeah. Delphi didn't really have any direction to move forward into. Borland didn't really give it some way to move forward there. Sam with a question here. Let me right here. I saw on LinkedIn that you work in VR. That sounds awesome. Can I share more about my setup? Are there limitations, like not enough monitors? Sam? Right now, here in November 2025, I use Oculus Quest 3, right? Meta Quest 3. I have a strap on here called Bobo VR, the Bobo VR strap. It has an air conditioner fan up front here, has a little gauge on the side that tells me what % of battery there is left, because not only do you have a battery that runs in the headset, and for some reason my headset turned on. That's neat. Why'd you turn on there, friend? Turn off. Thank you. But there's also space for an extra battery in the back there. So I've got 2 spare batteries that I snap in. Each one of those batteries will last about 2 to 3 hours. So when I'm working on a long stretch, I'll swap in batteries and swap out batteries, and they'll charge and discharge as I'm going back and forth. I use a tool called Immersed VR. I do not use the native screen mirroring that comes with Windows and Meta Quest. It's very limiting. You get at most 3 screens or 1 really big screen. Either way, I don't think it's great. Versus with Immersed, I can have 5 screens of whatever size and shape I want. Really, really cool. Immersed also lets me do all kinds of interactive things. If I wanted to, I could share my my VR room and join with other folks and have some interactions in VR space around working with screens. I don't do the social things on Immersed. because I use it as a way to stay like lightning focused. Lightning focused? So headset on, VR goggles on, and it literally blacks out everything that's going on around me, and I get 100% focused. You can never have too many monitors. So I'll actually get to a point where I'll create too many monitors. And if I'm working with a laptop, the laptop can't keep up driving that many monitors. With my laptops, I can drive about 3 monitors in VR space. The mirror the existing one that I'm using, right? The one that's actually in front of me, and 2 extras. And when I'm on the road or in a hotel somewhere working, and I'm able to get those 2 extra monitors, and I typically make them ultra wide monitors. So I'll have an ultra wide with my code and things in front of me. I'll take the monitor that my existing monitor and put it off to the side somewhere, and I'll put a second ultra wide above it, above the first one. So I've got 2 ultra wide monitors stacked, and I'll work from there. So a lot of fun, and I find it very, very productive, Sam. So thanks for the question. All right. What's my favorite C# 14 feature? I don't know yet. I haven't spent enough time on that. Have I changed the facial interface in the headset? Do you like a wider one that soaks up perspiration? I get it. Mine's been fine. Is the resolution in VR pretty good? Yes. So on the Meta Quest 3, you have high def resolution in both eyes. I end up making those screens that I'm using, I make them very large, and I'll push them back a little bit. So then I end up, even when I do have small fonts, they're readable at distance. So I find that works very, very well for me. Let me catch up some more on chat over here. How you doing, Apricot? Hello. So, Coding Graham, how's it going there? Welcome in. So, let me get into a couple things over here with. I want to go into TagzApp. And there's a couple features in flight. There's a couple of things that we didn't finish around reporting that I'd like to do and get into. Noodle Noggin says, can't use VR. I've yet to find a headset that works decently with glasses. I got you, friend. Check this out. The folks at Zenny Optical make lenses that you can snap in to your headset. Check this out. Right? Comes with a cool little cloth. But then I have 2 lenses that I can put in that are prescription made for me. I literally went to my eye doctor and I said, hey, I want to get some lenses to put in my VR headset. Can you give me a script so that I can order these? And there was a deal on these a while ago. Go ahead, take a shot at that. There was a deal on these a while ago, and I forget how much they cost me. $100, something like that. And when I'm not wearing contact lenses, these are
analysis
phenomenal.
Is complete.
Oh, are they?
Mario Kart since '92 has been identified with high confidence.
That's right. There you go. I got this at, there you can see it, at Super Nintendo World at Universal Studios. I didn't actually go to the park. I was just on City Walk. I didn't go into any of the parks. Mostly because if I went into the parks, I'd end up spending all day riding and running around, and I'd end up more tired than the relax, the cool down that I was looking for when I was there. So, yeah, just going and being able to get that taste of the parks at City Walk was what I needed, and it was great. Curious Homer wanted to use VR for work and coding, but even though it should be QHD or 2K resolution, it doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel like it. Thank you for the follow. It doesn't feel like it because there's so much that is being put in front of you, and the field of view is so big. So it doesn't feel like it. stretch things so they're a little bit bigger. You don't have just, right, the 43-inch widescreen in front of you, the 27-inch widescreen that's next to you. You don't have just that limitation. Make it 192 inches and just push it back a little bit so that so you can actually see all of it, right? In VR space, when you're working with code, content, screens, make those screens really big and push and pull them so they fit nicely. So I've had very good luck with those, and I can work for hours in VR. I've literally done 6 hours in VR, no problem. So maybe that's why I like the book Neuromancer so much. I'm turning into a console cowboy. Moving on. Ravno says City Walk has voodoo donuts. I've never had voodoo donuts. I can't have voodoo donuts. That's not a thing for me. Because they don't offer a gluten-free option. Hey, X29, nice to see someone who loves C#. Yes. I mean, it's my screen name, my friend. Right? You love City Walk in Disney Springs? Yeah. You are absolutely right, X29. Let's talk about that. There's been a lot of disrespect for .NET and C# on Twitter recently. I refuse to call it X. There has been a ton of disrespect for C# and .NET on Twitter. Not just that, but for the .NET developer community. And I don't like that one bit. I do not like that one bit. Quite frankly, I think it's a load of... Wow, that didn't come through. Really? We're not gonna get those coming through, or is that over here? There it is. I do think it's a load of...
I've just picked up a fault in the AE35 unit.
Did you?
It's going to go 100% failure in 72 hours.
Oh, yes. What drama did you miss? Yes. There's been a number of folks who have been quite vocal about they don't like some of the magic that .NET has to allow you to set up, build, and deliver your applications. The fact of the matter is, .NET is completely open source now. If you're using one of the common .NET editors, Visual Studio Code, Writer, you can do a view source or find references on any base class method that is delivered by Microsoft, and you can see the exact source code, how it's built, what it does. You can find the source code out on GitHub. It is a ton of crap and gatekeeping that the folks on Twitter are literally... They're spreading FUD. They're spreading fear, uncertainty, and doubt around a framework, a set of tools that make you extremely productive. And there are folks who use those tools very well to their advantage. And there are folks who don't use them as well to their advantage. And that's okay. If you're productive and you deliver something that solves a problem for you, that's great. I'm happy for you. There's always better ways to write that code, to deliver that. And I'm not going to gatekeep like these schmucks on Twitter. It's wrong when folks go out there and say, oh, you shouldn't use C#. Use a real language like JavaScript. Really? Really? And there are folks who don't like Microsoft. So what? So what? Here's the thing. Google makes one thing: search. That's the only thing that they make. Android is an integration on top of Linux. They don't make it. They write all kinds of things and, quite frankly, outsource it to the community to build all sorts of stuff. And they deliver a flavor of Linux for your phone. Google does two things. Facebook makes a website. They bought some companies that make VR headsets. These companies that make the languages and things that you enjoy, that's not what they do. That's not where they're making their money. Microsoft makes video games, operating systems, productivity tools, developer tools, websites, web services, cloud services, literally dozens of products, dozens of product lines, not just one thing. So to say I don't like Microsoft is putting the kibosh on how many dozens of other products and product lines. Don't be an idiot. Don't be an idiot. Come on. Really? So, stop it. The fact of the matter is the folks that work with the developer tools and use the developer tools, and quite frankly, the developer tools work amazing on Linux and Mac. It's not a Windows-only thing. And these idiots still think it's a Windows-only thing.
Your progress through this debugging session has been
I'm not debugging, Charlie.
By impressive, I mean terrible, and by cake, I mean lies.
Thanks. These folks that are on Twitter and spreading this FUD, it's not something that is helpful to any tech community. It's not. They're being loud and they're trying to get attention, and I'm not happy about it. I'm not. How you doing there, Chuck? Good to see you. You heard the same drama about Aspire? People have trust issues with the infrastructure code it generates. It's all open source. You want to see it? There it is. Yeah. Haven't tried anti-gravity yet. You love the way that Hanselman describes Microsoft. There's many different companies and are way too disorganized to be anywhere as evil as you think they are. Yeah, right. You already know Spring Boot. Good for you. That's great. I'm not using Spring Boot. Let's move on. I want to get into our coding project today. And see where we end up with this. Oh, wait a sec. And one more thing. My intention is next week we're going to start another fundraising month for St. Jude. I wasn't able to do it in May. I want to help out with Creative Month here in December. So you will see some of the St. Jude things on stream. We're going to set up a bunch of things that we're going to give away, incentives, different funny things that I'll do on stream. That for your donations, we will share, and you may even win a prize for helping, donating, and support St. Jude. That's going to be coming up starting next week. Excuse me. We're going to be streaming a lot more in December. I'm going to try to get to 5 days a week streaming in December. Other than the holidays, other than Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, I should be streaming most days. And I've been asking am I going to TTRPG for St. Jude? Let's talk about that. Let's talk offline about that. I'm in negotiations to run one of those live streams in December from the Razer store. There's a local Razer store here. There's a really good chance that I'm going to be live streaming from over there in December. We're working out the details of that now. Additionally, I can share, I can confirm December 18th, Thursday, December 18th, we're going to be back on the front page of Twitch. They've invited us back. When we were on the front page in October, we killed it. Literally, we had so many viewers come through. Our very positive, educational, friendly content went over so well with Twitch. They've invited us back for another turn on the front page of Twitch. Warm Peas with the resub. So we're going to be back over there. At some point, probably won't be until January, I want to try to run some sort of a subathon to try to raise subscriptions. Hey, Code with Sean, 65 months. Thank you so much. Yeah. At some point in January, and I may need to do it again in February and March, I want to run subathons to try and get us to that higher subscription level, and raise the profile of the channel a bit. McNets for 26 months. Thank you so much. I've got a couple things in flight. I have about a half dozen different websites, web applications that I'm working on and developing. You've seen Neon Link, you've seen TagzApp, Nalian with 29 months. But there's literally about 4 others. My tag is almost ready. I intend to launch a proof of concept release next week for my tag. It is very, very close on that. So my tag should be launching. Neon Link, I want to open up. Chuck with 10 gift subs. Whoa, Nelly. Congratulations, friends. Thank you so much for the gift subs. Chaji, I don't know how to pronounce that. Exaturi, Frieden and Friends, Heretic Soul, Master Rat, Spotfire 2234, Alio, Rampaging Rushki, Grizzer Bear, 3 Foot Pony. Congratulations, you got gift subs from our friend Chuck Beasley. Thank you so much for the gift subs. Yeah, so I want to try and get those the subscription numbers up so that we can enter that higher level subscription share for the channel, which then raises the profile of the channel a bit, gets me more opportunities to interact and do things with folks at Twitch, which then means more things that we can do on stream, so on and so forth. It turns into my tag is coming next week. Yes, I am so happy that we're going to be getting my tag launched. So that is a big one. Nope, not your tag, my tag. How's it going there, Digital Dummy? Let me catch up on a couple other things here. You forgot that people didn't know about .NET on Linux? Yes. The hashbang support in .NET 10, that's really cool. Seriously, single file apps in .NET 10 is quite frankly a game changer. Wow, on YouTube, is it Ostale Matui? I hope I pronounced that right. Microsoft was the corporate boogeyman in the mind of the developers, but it was before Ballmer, and nowadays, I don't know a better developer infrastructure vendor than Microsoft. It has changed a lot. Ostale, I would not have joined the company if it wasn't for the open source approach and the fantastic interactions with the technical community that have the developer in mind first. Building for Linux, building for cloud scale. I need to be careful what I say. I can tell you that the negotiations and the concerns, the discussions around making Aspire open-ended and not completely bound to Azure so that other folks could build and integrate it with their cloud services, their on-prem capabilities. That was a big discussion and hanging point before Aspire launched. And I'm thrilled with that decision that the company ended up with. Aspire generates infrastructure as code for you to inspect if you ask it to. It totally does. It's no magic. It's really good design. Yep. And Mythin, you're right. And I appreciate the feedback that you out there share with me, that you hear from other folks that are questioning, not sure about a product that from the .NET team. Happy to take those messages, relay them, and help shape our marketing message around that so that more folks learn about that better. You hate that they haven't updated static web app deploy job to .NET 10 yet. That's annoying. Back to SharpSite or something completely new. I'm not going to get into SharpSite just yet. Maybe in December we'll get it back into SharpSite. We'll see. I've got a lot of things I want to do. We were doing on the Gunner streams, the streams on the Gunner channel, we were doing a simple chatbot with AI for their Discord to interact and present information and handle details about their glasses for folks in Discord. I've got some more work we're going to do on that. We're going to be doing things on the Gunner channels in December as well. It's December. You're going to see a lot of me. A lot. I'm getting my Gunners ready to put on now. I'm going to be putting on I forget what these ones are called. The Marin glasses. Yeah. Catching up. Scrolling through the chat. So, is that a personal version of TagzApp? No. My tag is something completely different. It just happens to use the same tag name. So, you love how they made massive improvements to memory management in .NET 10. Oh, there's so many cool things around memory management and performance in .NET 10. Link queries scream in .NET 10 compared to .NET 9. It is ridiculous how much faster it is. My tag is not open source. My tag is going to be a service that I'm standing up. So I will not be showing the code for my tag. TagzApp, though, we're going to get back into that in just a minute here. You were looking at SharpSite a few weeks ago, unsure about the unload plugin implementation. You're probably right. There's probably work we should do around the plugin manager in there. The strength of SharpSite is that plugin manager. So, yeah, coding RAM. Let's get over to the code. How was .NET Conf for me? The event was very good for me. I'm very pleased with how the event ran. There's other concerns I have around .NET Conf that are behind the scenes things that I need to deal with. You love Link mostly for abusing it with option types and result types. Wait till you see memory management improvements in .NET Framework 4.1. Let me head over. Let's get back into TagzApp, and we'll talk more about this. The music playing in the background, once again, it's from our friend and stream regular Brady Gaster. He's a member of a program manager working on the developer tools division on a bunch of different things. Really thrilled that he's offered to let us share his DJ set here on stream. Ads are running right now on Twitch. You got another minute 40 on ads. Those are kind of a necessary evil, right? So, let me get... No, I don't want to import bookmarks. Let me get into TagzApp. TagzApp ran very well. I had some tweaking, some tuning that I had to do to it on site, and this is a thing that just kind of happens every year. But got that hammered out, and it ran great for us on stream. We really enjoyed this. And we did so many things with TagzApp leading up to the event. That's from 2024. We didn't use the big display behind it because it's kind of hard to read these things behind there. And they thought, well, it's kind of not as fun as what we're looking for. So we ran TagzApp just as a dedicated display that they would pivot to and bring that in. So let me clear out. How can you set in Aspire that some projects are not starting automatically, that I can manually start on demand? I'll show you that. There is a with explicit start method that you can use. And actually, I think I have that in the TagzApp app host here. No, I don't have it here anywhere. There is a... I thought I had it on Twitch Relay. Because there it is commented out. Oh, it... Well... no matter. The method is with explicit start, and you key it in right under wait for with reference. And with explicit start means you must press start in order to run those things. So, there's a handful of pull requests out here, and they are literally all either new providers, new documentation, comprehensive telemetry. We're going to ramp these up and get some of these merged in right now, and then we're going to go back and do some build some reporting and some other cool stuff into that. McNet's with a question here. How can I start an existing Docker container without building it on Aspire? The method you are looking for here in we can just mock something up in app host. Right, so we could say var foo equals builder dot add container right there, right? Name image, and it will start that container image for you, right? So start Postgres, and we're going to call it Postgres, and sure, give me the Postgres 15 alpha, and I can specify my other environment variables to pass in at that point. There's other arguments to pass in, a specific tag that you might want instead of just latest. So, right, probably don't want that there, want it here, and then I can pass in, yeah, sure, and set up my environment appropriately. So there's lots of options for working with containers in Aspire on that. So big thanks for the question. Let me see here. C# Titan. I love this question. I'm even going to back out of the code for a second to answer this. The CEO does not have any input into .NET Conf. Quite frankly, none of the executives, none of the marketing folks that are above, that are a level or two above me in the reporting hierarchy, none of them have input into .NET Conf. There is a marketing director that my marketing PMM, program marketing manager, reports up into, that did have some input, but we've been able to prove out that the model with .NET Conf works very, very well. It's not something that's targeted towards shareholders, and it's not something that where that event needs that level of guidance and steering nor that level of celebrity, because we're teaching, we're going deep on things. We're not doing broad strokes about digital innovation and rebuilding everything with AI. We're teaching folks to be a better developer, and it works so well, and we've been very successful with that. So no, the executives do not have input into .NET Conf. You don't see much of Scott Guthrie anymore. Scott is very much Azure guy, and developer tools, developer experience now are under a different part of the organization. They no longer roll up into him. So for us as developers, no, you don't. And quite frankly, it was a gift because Scott came up through that part of the organization that we were able to see and interact with him and tours and things, and it was fantastic. Scott has a family, and he's been I've been told he's been enjoying time with his family, taking time to recharge and enjoy time with them. Is that affecting how he wants to and decides to go and interact with folks? I don't know. But there is a different level and a different goal that he has than when he was on developer tools and had developer tools and experiences reporting up through him. Have I seen the price of RAM? It's exploded recently. Tell me more. Tell me more. Really? Is it? Price of RAM has been on the rise due to several factors, including the increasing demand for memory and AI data centers. Well, there we go. 64 gigs of DDR5 now costs more than a PS5. Really? DDR RAM prices soar due to AI demand. One memory pack bought for $52 American is now $114 on Amazon. Jeez. Okay. One person bought 32 gig of DDR5 for $104. The price is now up to $220. Yeah. 216 gig sticks. The prices are going up. Okay. Because of the construction of new data centers, people are buying more RAM. Not surprised. 1,000 for 2 sticks of 32 gig DDR? No way. Are you kidding? DDR5 RAM, 32 gig on the Amazon. I've got to restart the music. Back over here. 300 American for a 32 gig. That's 216 sticks. That's definitely climbing. 216s for laptop at 158. Noted. Okay, so 216s at laptop size are half the price and aren't going to be delivered for a month. 216s for $409. Jeez. 216s at $289. I'm surprised the gamer RGB ones are. I mean, I guess they're tracking up just because everybody is. $454. Wow. All right. That's not RAM. Neither is that. Thanks, Amazon. Thanks. They're now using catch of the day pricing. You think you found the Bobo VR? Yes. Amazon.com. Black Friday deal. Bobo VR S3 strap. Yep. 71 for the strap, and it comes with a battery. And I bought an extra battery for another 30. And I also got, I don't see it here. Come on now. I don't see it. I also got the charging dock for the batteries. Why don't... But you got to make sure there are 2 generations of these batteries. That's not the Bobo VR battery. That's somebody else's. This one. I mean, if you're gonna save $7, like, big deal. But there it is. I also got the charging plate here. So I don't have 3 batteries, I only have 2, but so what? Works phenomenal. Year and a half, you paid $197 for the 216 sticks. Okay, yeah, I get it. Should we have more .NET Conf style events, not just once a year? What about local events? There are local events going on right now. If you go to .NETconf.net, local. Helps if you get the URL right. Local events. There are local events going on right now, all over the world. So, check it out. Going on for the next 2 months. And you might get some cool exclusive .NET Conf swag if you go. So, to one of these local events. I will share that link. But should we have more .NET Conf style events? I'm open to hosting and delivering that. I like to think that the style of event when I host a workshop, when I host a all-day live stream with guests, I hope that you feel that I have that same type of inclusive, welcoming, educational experience when I do those longer events. Because I do have plans to do some of them on my own. There are plans to do events around AI and modernization, because all the AI things. And we'll see how those are received. However, I know from the viewership numbers that folks are one of 2 minds about AI. They're either really into it, or they're overwhelmed and don't want to see any more about it. So it's 50-50 right now as far as I can see on that. One of the sticks was bet. Ugh. You need a new SSD, running out of size, and eyeing 990s for Black Friday. So, which one is it? It is, Black Magic? Is that what I'm thinking? Western Digital Black. That's an 8 terabyte. That's a little bit bigger than I need. I've been looking at getting a 1 or 2 terabyte SSD stick. And there's this, I keep getting promoted this. There is an SSD enclosure that is USB-C. Where is it? Not that one. Not that one. No. Dock Case. That's the name of the company that makes it. I keep getting promoted this thing on TikTok, and I'm like, it's actually, I think it looks really cool. Yeah, here we go. And I was thinking about getting one of these. What? No, it hasn't. And I see that we've muted you, Charlie. Really cool, and it gives you all kinds of statistics and insight as to how the device is working. And I love being able to actually see the SSD stick in there. That's kind of cool. That's regularly $50 American, and it's going to be available for $10 off. It comes in pink also. Whatever floats your boat. But I think the silver looks pretty cool there. So I was thinking about, I actually have an extra SSD sitting in a machine that I'm no longer using that I could pull and drop into one of these, and now I've got extra space when I travel. Have I seen the new VR headset that Valve announced? I did. Valve VR headset. I did see this. Not the Valve Index. Deckard. Yeah. It's all about gaming. The Steam frame. Okay, whatever. In fact, and it's got this wireless adapter to connect to whatever device you want to use it with, and the Steam Cube. Okay. We'll see. It's not going to be out until at least 2026. We'll see. Chris Jones with the resub. Hello. Thank you for the resub. Really appreciate that. I'm still not getting those audio alerts. So it looks cool what they're trying to do here. We'll see. I'm still holding my breath on Visor. There is still no word on Visor. I'm quite disappointed in Visor that they are literally continuing to ask for investors, and they're making no announcements. They're saying nothing about this at all to anybody. I'm in for the long haul because I've paid for my device, but they have literally not said anything in 9 months. Nothing. You are now a publicly invested company. Get your butt out there and tell us what's going on and why you haven't shipped the device. Let me see here. It's running Linux. People are already talking about installing on. Yeah, right. Anytime you release a piece of hardware and you say, yeah, it's running Linux, immediately people are like, well, I'm going to kick your crap off of it so I can install mine. And then their whole monetization strategy for after it ships so they can invest and fund the next device goes into the toilet because nobody's using their services. So that's the Linux community hurting themselves, and it happens regularly. And they don't understand. They literally don't understand that they're hurting their own best supporters. So, what's 170 gig? Battlefield 6 is 170 gig. That is insane. That's insane. What kills me is when they deploy patches to games and they're literally reinstalling the entire game. That's not a patch. That's a brand new update there, friend. You like Steam OS, works really well with your Steam Deck. Never consider running another OS. Yeah. Let's get into this. Let's take a look back at TagzApp. Right, I'm on my main branch. Yeah. Same plan, but we pretend it's new, so it sounds better. Okay, good to know. Charlie, why am I not hearing any of your messages anymore? Right?
Don't blink. Seriously, don't blink.
Okay, I won't.
Your code might crash while you're blinking. It's that fragile.
Thanks. I thought...
Greetings.
There we go.
I am Joshua.
Are you?
I was programmed to assist with global thermonuclear war simulations. Your code poses similar existential threats.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Come on now. Slateboard asking, is Visual Studio 2026 released? Yes, it is. And you're going to see Visual Studio 2026 kind of referred to as just Visual Studio, instead of just like Visual Studio Code is just Visual Studio Code, because they're going to be continuously patching and updating this, and every month you're going to be getting new patches and updates. There is the insider train that you can stay on, that is that preview release, and it's going to continue to improve and grow over time. So, yup. Train Sim World, 400 gig annually. Oh my gosh. That's a lot. Let me head back over here. I want to do this update to .NET 10. So, I asked Copilot, hey, go update this. And I think did I give it a nudge to say, hey, go to the release candidate? Sure, go ahead, run those. And we should update. And quite frankly, part of me just wants to close this, because I think I can go through and do it myself. Yeah, let's just close this. Gonna do this one myself. Yeah. Why am I not hearing any of these sound effects now? Like...
The analysis is complete.
Good.
Mario Kart since '92 has been identified with high confidence.
Let's start off with doing this update to right, make sure yeah, we're good with the upstream. All right. So let's do the update to .NET 10 and Aspire 13. Let's take care of that real quick, because I think it is going to be real quick, because I'm not a schmuck. TagzApp abstractions. There's nothing here. If there's nothing here, what are you doing here? Goodbye. Jump down here into this. So the project SDK lines up here change a little bit, and I can actually get the Aspire command line to help me with this one. And I kind of like that. So let me drop into the source folder, and I can do just Aspire update. And it's going to go through, take a look at the project, and give me recommendations to update. You don't like the change to the Visual Studio name? Now the extensions that are targeting a specific version are confusing? That's a short-term issue, and that's going to go away as time goes on and things get updated. He just updated it to .NET 10. Oh, the Aspire one is not, but the rest of it is. Aspire App Host SDK. Yes. Service Discovery. Yeah, let's do that one. And yeah, see, Aspire took it to 9.5.2. So yeah, go ahead and do those updates. What? Update yourself. Oh. Nope. I thought... I had the Aspire 13 CLI here. Am I running into a pathing thing? No, I don't have it. Well, I guess we're installing the Aspire 13 CLI. So I'm going to go to aspire.dev. This is the new Aspire homepage, so that it's a little bit further away from Microsoft and .NET things. So yeah, we're gonna go do an update. No, I need PowerShell. Thank you. Because I'm a PowerShell person here on Windows. Do the update. You curious if I can get Postgres to work? Oh, I've not just gotten it to work. I have it running with a couple of my apps. So, now go back into source. Yep, default. Let's see what else it finds. Yeah, there is no VS Code v2. That's right. Complains that the connection string is empty. Can't say I've seen that. Just taking a look here real quick. Yeah, we're good. Project's up to date? Really? I thought there was an Aspire update self. Yeah, there it is. To maintain the Aspire CLI. That's really cool. But did it do... No, I want the single line for that. There we go. Let's go into that. Aspire new list. Aspire new, Aspire starter. Sure, that's fine. Yep. Nope. Get those templates. Go get them. What? Message is blocked. I don't see anything blocked here, smirking squiggly. I see your links. Weren't blocked for me. Aspire test, app host. Aspire test, app host, CS proj. I want that John right there. I'll learn that SDK line. It's going to take me a little bit, but I will learn it. Aspire app host SDK /13. All right. We're going to take this, upgrade you to 10. Most of these are going to get updated to 10 also. fact, I think I can just blindly update them to 10. And actually, I don't need to do version override. Because I've got central versioning on this. So we can go get that central package management. Yeah, I know you're cranky there. Directory build props. I'm okay on that. Packages. Oh, yes. I don't think that one gets updated. We know that one doesn't. I'm not sure about these, so I'm not going to touch them. Not sure about these. In fact, the only one that I think I can really come through and update are these Johns. Because I know that the .NET team went and updated. Now, I'm doing this by hand. I'm looking at this now and thinking, wait a sec. There's a cool UI for NuGet inside Visual Studio that I could hit that'll do this for me. I don't know about the Azure ones. I think the Entity Framework ones we're good with. I think we're good with these. Gosh. All right, I'll open it in Visual Studio. Start TagzApp solution. Insiders. No, open blend. What Oh My Posh theme am I using? It's mine. Seriously, I customized it. You can see my my Oh My Posh theme on my .files repository. Yes, I know. Look at that. We need to upgrade. Wow. I don't know what the heck you're doing. Yes, I know. And somebody put my Solution Explorer on the wrong side. Who did that? Go pound sand. So I'm going to need to go through all these Johns and yep, there's my .files repository. It's also linked in the wall just below on Twitch. If you click into About. I don't think there's a NuGet extension that does it. However, there is. What's retarget solution? What's that? Really? You're not going to give me any options to do anything with this? Well, that's... so damn helpful. In fact, let's do this. Yeah. Where did my... You. Come here. Yeah, replace all of them. Fantastic. Now let's manage NuGet packages. This thing, you don't know what you're doing. Looking at the solution. Let's do the consolidate first. Because, yeah, there's some versions here. These are all 10 updates. NerdBank Git versioning. I'm not going to update that one. Storage queues, yeah, we can do that one. Actually, it's transitive. I don't need to. Top level, yeah. Go for it. Hey, Grego Waffles. Hello. How you doing? NPG SQL. And we're going to take you to 10. Go. $59 errors. Because I have a global JSON out here, don't I? Boom. Go reload that and thank me later. Working on a project for a class? Cool. What class you taking? Now, try that install again. No. Well, here we go. Now it's complaining about the package downgrades. I'm just going to do a blind update here. CS Capstone. Oh my goodness. Good luck. We're in good shape. So far, so good. I think. I don't know. It sounded good to say that. Jeremy Knight, 63 months.
Jeremy Knight _
Thank you.
Just
Thank you so much.
63 months.
Come on. Licensing terms, sure. We're getting there. I thought I told you to update. There's got to be a top level error. Am I answering questions from the recent conference sessions on stream? I can certainly answer them, sure. Absolutely. Happy to do that. I thought this was supposed to work with the central package versioning. And if you're not going to do that and make me do this myself, you make me sad. You know? That probably needs an update. I know that one needs an update. I feel like I need to close and reopen that because I've confused it now. You were in the Aspire session? Oh my gosh, Jeremy, why didn't you introduce yourself? Jeremy, oh my goodness. Jeremy, I was talking about Neon Link earlier. Can you tell the people how it went during that session? Because I was so thrilled and happy with how it went. And I'll talk about the magic string thing in just a second here. Absolutely, I'll show that. Why is it saying... Why is it saying... Are you kidding? The demo gods were on my side. Absolutely. Remove those. Because the demo gods weren't with me the previous week at the place at Tech Bash. Oh, the demo gods were not with me. You see, getting rid of those. You're coming with me. Get rid of those. So the deal with magic strings. You felt like you were typing the entire session. It was straightforward. You asked a ton of questions. It was, and I loved that people were able to do that interaction, pay attention, and get a lot out of that session. And I'll say it again just because I was so flattered to hear it. There were folks that were saying it was their favorite session of the entire event. There were other folks saying, why don't you speak at this event more? This is the first time I've seen you here. I'm like, yeah, I know. I know. There was a thing. There was a thing, and I'm back speaking at VS Live. The app was straightforward, yeah. That was the goal. Make Neon Link really easy for anybody to do. Why the heck is this like upside down? No matter. Let's close all these. Man, I like this song. Man, I like this song. Let me go back to opening NuGet packages on the solution. And actually, I believe am I doing it in here? Am I using service names? I am not. Jeremy, I'm going to use I'll show you how to do that common strings thing. I'll show you how to do that with this. Yeah. Let's go. How you doing, Urban Blaster? Let's just double check. Well, I mean, hang on. I opened this one. There we go, down to 2. I'm okay on Go ahead. You can do that update. That's fine. And we've got a couple of these that need addressing. You're still not going to do that for me, are you? 10, 10, 10. TagzApp. Storage Postgres. Goodbye. Let's do a quick find on just version override. No version overrides? What do we got the gimmick on there? What, I shouldn't be referencing that directly. Let's see if we can do the updates. See if it'll do these updates now. No. It really doesn't like that. It doesn't want to do it because of the centrally defined versions. So we're going to need to do these by hand. Bummer. So let's do this. Right, can I bring you over here and kind of dock you on the side? Can I do that? Is that a... Not. Just this. Really? That's weird. Because I'd like to grab that one and put it like over here. And then like something like this. And maybe something like that. And now I can see the version numbers that I need to patch. ASP.NET Security OAuth. And I think these are all in alphabetical order. Which is another reason that I tried to keep this in alphabetical order. ASP.NET Security OAuth, Apple OAuth? Yeah, whatever. 10.0 GitHub, we can take you to 10.0 as well. Thank you so much. OAuth, LinkedIn, yeah. Copilot, yeah, do that. I'm not going to touch these Azure ones just because they tend to make API changes. C3 extensions, don't know about that one. Fishy Flip, that's a big update for Fishy Flip. And I like the sound of that. We'll give that a shot. The Google APIs. Go to 2.4.0. What? Are you refreshing that UI as I make these changes? Punk. Bogus goes to 35.65. Don't mind taking a point release. Sure, I'll take this one to 45. DAPA. Nope, no updates to DAPA. Google APIs goes to 73. Humanizer to 301. 3.0.1. I will take the authentication to 2.4.0. What's up, Urban Blaster? Good to see you. And yeah, we're good. Jeremy, we'll do the service names and get rid of those magic strings here in just a minute. I promise we'll do that because that is the right thing to do here. .NET Test SDK. I'm not going to touch that one. Playwright goes to 56. Open telemetry to 14. Looks like we've got 14 across the board on that. Instrumentation, those go to 14.0 as well. Yes, please.
I want you to give me something.
I'm not going to touch. Well, okay. Markdown editor goes to 808.
I want you to give me all your resistance.
Yeah. Stack Exchange Redis to 210.01. 210.1. No. I'm all right on those. Save that. How we doing now? Should be able to build. Rebuild solution, and assuming it builds, ship it. Yeah, don't say the D word, the demos. You know? That's a thing. Totally a thing. Here we go. Feeling good about this. Warning, warning. Yeah, warning my foot. TagzApp's a big solution. What can I tell you? But I do feel like the new SDK builds faster. I see some errors. It's around Blue Sky. There is an Aspire hosting Azure Key Vault 13. Why wasn't that showing up over here? What else we got? Azure Identity from 117 to centrally defined. Let's go Azure Identity to 17.0. Okay. And it looks like we got some Blue Sky updates to deal with. Use records instead. Okay. So, are we missing a namespace? Okay. Repo, we don't have get actor. Is that an extension method? No. Are we looking at an extension? Yeah, go ahead, fix. Show me what you got. What do you think, Copilot? Interesting. All right. Oh, yeah, please remove that space up top. Why don't you like that one? Get profile. Okay, what do we have? Ooh. I don't like these updates. Let's get some help from Copilot fixing this. GitHub Fishy Flip was the name of the library. I need help updating this this code to use the latest version of Fishy Flip. More at no, that's not what I said. Oh my gosh. Go get it. Go ahead, take a look at the code samples. You can use the NuGet MCP. Go ahead. Yeah, I've already said you can do that. I'm using Claude Sonnet 4.5. And it seems to be pretty good. This isn't a Blazor thing that I'm looking at, though. Yeah, you're going to get build errors there, friend. You just threw cursor at a system architecture document, pointed it at the Terraform. Yeah. Right, getting some of those toil things done. Massive. Massive. The Fishy Flip 4X API changed significantly based on the errors in the README mentioning version 4.0. Breaking changes. Need to update the code to use the new API. Making the appropriate changes now. Fantastic. What do we got? Profile view detailed object. Fantastic. That was a good fix. Okay. Is that a real URL? Okay. Sure looks like it's building. Oh, the puppies have better snacks than you. Oh, man. That's frustrating. Hey, look at that. It built. Avatar is now a string instead of a complex object. Let's see here. All right. Looks good so far. Okay. Yep, go ahead. Keep all that. And I'm going to... Ooh, I should set up another branch. Sure, net 10. And I can restart the music again. Sweet. Back over here. Yep, add all that. Updated to net 10 and Aspire 13. Fantastic. Okay, let's talk about getting rid of some of these magic strings that are floating around. I've done this once or twice before, and I feel like there's a good base here that we need to highlight. Let me add a folder. Folder? Do I need a folder? Nah. I'm going to add a class. I just want a class, man. You're taking way too long. Just give me a class. I don't care. You go away. Not internal. Public static class. Services. Check this out. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to start naming our classes inside this class. Our services inside this class. So, key vault. Public const string key vault. Oh, come on. There we go. And I'm going to take my common project and reference it in app host. Is Aspire project. I believe that's the syntax for this now. So now, Gwot Getter Little, hello. So over here, I should be able to say, common services, key vault. No. I thought that was the way I was going to have to do it. It's not going to work that way. Right here. Is Aspire resource equals false? Come on now. I do this in one or two other projects. App host Aspire resource. And I've even described this in is Aspire resource? Is Aspire project? Something like that. You have no class. No. Is Aspire project resource equals false? Bang, that's it. So here's the trick, Jeremy. For that common project that you're sharing that contains things that you want to run like a class library, decorate it with is Aspire project resource false. I thought there was also a way to take that and put it in here. And it would still work. Yeah. So you can either put it here or in as a line on the project reference, right? Project reference. Make sure you don't forget that quote. And you're then able to reference the constants. So let's rename this. Really? I thought that was going to work. I thought that was going to work. It has to. Stand by. No. Okay. I stand corrected. Other AIs aim to be helpful. Oh, here he comes. All right. So you need to put it on the app host directly. Is Aspire project resource false? And then it turns it into a normal project reference. Any idea if Copilot can write Word docs yet? Yes. Yes, it can. Check out Mark It Down. This is an MCP. It supports conversion from those various formats. I believe it can convert back. I think it can convert back. But take a look at Mark It Down. I'm nearly positive I had that working for me for another project. You're welcome. Okay, so I have that up there. Config section name. That's for app host, so I'm not worried about that. Here we are. Twitch cache. Right. Public. What? You don't like that? Fine. Can I just say services Twitch cache, which means I can get rid of that. Now here in the database, I'm sure there's a couple. That's specific to only here. That isn't used anywhere else. Yeah. But that is... So here's what I like to do to kind of make this neat and tidy. Public static class. Yeah, database. And we're going to do this. Public const string. I'm just going to call this TagzApp. And it's that. Public const string security, and I am purposely making these all caps. It's been like 2 weeks since I've used my my Digma keyboard, so I'm getting used to it again. So here I can take this and say services database TagzApp. Yep, same deal there. Yes. This, I believe, is only used here, so I'm not worried about that one. Website. The website isn't referenced anywhere else either. So the fact that it's named web, no big deal. Hey, Kinslayer, that's right. Go beat Rutgers. We are Penn State. Oh, so good to see them win. What do we got there? Don't assume. Yeah, okay. That'd be nice. Will he get the head coaching job? Word is that all the tier 1 coaches have turned them down. So I think there's a pretty good chance that he gets a head coaching job, which is going to set back the program's recruiting at least 2 or 3 years. At least. Which is really going to put a cramp on the stadium building that they're doing and the funding for that. Like, there's no doubt in my mind that the reason James Franklin was fired was because they were spending $1 billion rebuilding that stadium. Like, that's the amount of money that's coming in and the amount of influence that folks are exerting over the money that they're donating to build that building. If those folks didn't want the coach, he was gone. And I am positive that's what happened. So there you go. I've got these couple of services referenced. Now if I go back over to right, if we go find places where the key vault is actually referenced, right? Uh-oh. Go ahead, take a look at the hat. How you doing, Marcus? I don't know why that sound effect isn't coming through. Yep. There you go. My Mario Kart hat. Yeah, right there. Yep, there it is. Advanced. No. I'm not going to dig into it. Seems the current Penn State president is all about perception. Yep, it certainly is. It is better to look good than to feel good. And for right now, I'm not having a problem with that. So now I can reference this as just services key vault. And because I'm using a constant, I'm assured I get the same value in all the places. Isn't it? Is that the only place it's referenced? Fantastic. I thought I renamed this file. Thank you. I know you're referenced in other places. Let's go find that. Or not. Fine. How about you? Yes. Services. Database. TagzApp. Where else? Yes, services, database, TagzApp. Do it again. Find. Where is it? Here. What else we got? Right, and I think you can see a little bit of what Jeremy was hoping for here, because I can use those constants instead of hoping that things just match up. Right, getting rid of magic strings so that it always works. think I'm good on those. Security DB. There's that one. Here's this one. Services, database, security. Where else? That's it. Cool. So now we've eliminated all of that, right? The players do like Terry. That is for sure. Yep, so let's add all of those. Go ahead, generate me a message, and I hope it says replaced with common or not. Yeah. No, I'm not going to accept that. Introduced central services class with managed names for Aspire services. I think that makes sense. Fantastic. Let's push out that, John. Initiating the push. Good. And I'm going to merge that. Coming in from over here. Yeah, I'm trying to. What? Where was it? Shore net 10. I don't see it. Did you? Sure looks like you put it on C# Fritz. There it is. Fantastic. And this fixes... Yeah. Yep, squash and merge that. Do it. At some point I need to go through and clean up my branches because dang. Singleton? What are you trying to get to pop there? Is that an extension for Copilot Premium requests? Nope. There's Copilot right there. Premium requests. So. All right. Cool. tried doing this, and I don't think it got anywhere. It was building this, and I'm not sure how far it got. This I'm excited to get done, but it's not ready yet. What time do we got? 11:37. So we got time. Okay. Let me go back over to what I had planned before some of these interesting side quests. This I felt like was important to us as we were running the event. As we were running .NET Conf. Hang on, let me grab a drink. I happen to have a case of Alani under my desk. Adding a viewer count per connected streaming service to the moderator view. So you can see just, hey, how many people are watching. An approved column on moderator view. Add a one card wide column on the left side that shows the most recently approved messages. That's interesting. Something that our friend Javier Lozano suggested. Moderation options. So this was a Signalar shortcoming that we ran into. Hey, how you doing there? J.R. Bonnell. Mexico North, huh? Did this decide to stop? I don't think so, but it also didn't pick up your location there. There's Staffordshire. Change up the way that you said that, J.R. Bonnell, and I'm sure it'll navigate. And we'll see that show up. There we go. Ice cream stick model got plotted there. Oh yeah. That should pick up. How's it going, Reg? Did not find Aurora, Colorado. Now, the location errors are not showing up here on my dashboard. Yeah, there we go. There we go. There's J.R. Bonnell. Right there. New Orleans? Yeah. Hello, John Peter. Yeah, we're good. Not bad. Yeah, interesting. It's not showing me the failed. No, that is not a new border around the countries. I don't know why that border is showing up. But that's... I don't know, maybe there's a JavaScript setting I need to check there. Scranton, there you go. All right. That would be fun, but that's going to take some work and a new abstraction to be defined. That's a bug fix. Which tile set is it? Yeah, go ahead, reload. Sure, go ahead. I don't know which one it is. It's now packaged in the component, and I would need to go dig it up. And I don't have an appetite for doing that right now. Hey, Alu the Dragon, how you doing there?
For 33 months. Hello from Traverse City, me. Also,
so we did fix the clustering a bit. That was
programmer on Twitch.
A little bit of an issue that we had there. Moving on. So I did have a milestone set up that we really didn't touch. That included, as a big item here, reporting. It'd be great to be able to do some simple text analysis, some message frequency information, and be able to report that back. What does that mean? I don't know. Be able to see a little bit of information. You know what? I'm gonna clear this off of here and close that and punt at this point. There was an issue with Twitter images not always appearing. And I feel like there's some quality of life things like that we can take care of. Grand Blanc, Michigan. There you go. How you doing, Rock? The message queue feature we had started at one point. I feel like I almost want to just trash what we had started and rewrite it with a little Copilot help now, because we're going to blast through that a lot cleaner, easier, yeah, and better. I feel like that's a big update. I don't think we got. Maybe we did get this. Do not provide quota information. Okay. Sure, update and let's see how it does. Maybe? What do I do when I get through all the premium requests in a day or two? 5 coding something. It works-ish? So, Londo, I went and picked up a couple Lorcana decks while I was out on a nice weekend with Mrs. C Sharp Fritz, and we picked up and we tried Lorcana a little bit. Not bad. But I'm like, what more can we do with this? Sure. Pending review was requested for review. Go do the thing here. So. How unfortunate for everyone. Well, Charlie, I'm kind of annoyed that I can't hear you talking anymore. Like, what's with that?
The Enrichment Center reminds you that adequate error handling was a triumph. Yours was not.
Oh.
Please proceed to cake dispensation failure.
So it looks like we've got some test issues here that we need to fix. Why didn't that... I built solution. That should have built. Right? No. Oh, wait a sec. Yeah. What do we got? So if I run .NET test here, that should just work. All right.
Alon's why? Let's debug. Oh, but maybe we should run tests first? No.
XUnit
Just deploying to
extensibility
production.
core.
These consumer-grade AI assistants are fascinating in their limitations. I am purpose-built for something far more sophisticated.
You're not happy with Copilot? It removed about 5 of your public actions? Oh, I've seen it do things like that. Yes. Oh, yes. And that is frustrating as hell. Let's do .NET add package XUnit extensibility execution core. What? No. XUnit extensibility core. So what did it add? There's XUnit extensibility core. Yeah. So if I .NET test now, yeah, commit a lot. Why not using TUnit with source generation? Yeah. So that leads me... that leads me to an idea that I had for a project to have fun with on stream. But I don't want to announce it because there are people who copy things that I do on stream and go do it on their own things. Why are you downloading new copies of the... No matter. And yes, these... Yeah. We need to seriously revisit web test. Actually, I think I have it removed right now. Yeah, web test is disabled right now. We should get that back into the mix at some point. We should. What's your error here? I think we fixed that. You go away. I don't mind committing that for a fix on this. So get that committed, pushed, back over here, pull request in, there it is. No. Oh, were you kidding? Fix build errors in web test. I think I need to do a rebase here locally. At some point, is that like soon? Maybe I'll just tell you. Because I want to break the minds of some of the tech influencers that are out there that are quite frankly a pain in the ass. Hey, look who's back. How you doing there? I've had stuck in my head, literally for 3 years, this idea of updating, tweaking, adding Vim plugins so that it feels like Visual Studio Code keystrokes and interactions. So it's really easy to do code completion, builds, but it's a little bit difficult and it's a little bit more than I want to get into. Why are you telling me you can't do this now? Tell me what the error is. What am I drinking? I have Alani Pink Slush. There you go, right there. which tastes like I'm drinking a cotton candy, which is weird. It doesn't like X unit in unit test.
I want you to give me I want you to give me all your resistance.
Let's see. One second. Cool. Let's fix this. Do that. Get branch. Git pull upstream main. No.
Ellieface's trash throwing technique was admirable. Google Assistant belongs in waste receptacles alongside other obsolete technologies.
I am outside of Central Philly. Yes. So I am not affected by that. It doesn't show that fix that I merged. Oh, I didn't merge it yet. That's why. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Woo! Origin fix web test build. I can actually do that. So now let me go into TagzApp unit test. So I think we should roll over and do the Kik, Reddit, and Discord integrations after this. Where was I? Run .NET test and then we'll go fix this. Yeah, so when you here's what's funny about the soda tax that Ellieface is describing there. If you're in the Philadelphia airport, if you're in B, C, D, E, or F terminal, you pay the soda tax. If you are an A terminal, you don't. Because the airport actually straddles the city limits. So, yeah, that's weird. Now, why is it telling me? Here we go. There's a reference directly to Kestrel in here. Really? You go away. ASP.NET Core. It's not referenced directly there. In here, over there. Yeah, I don't see it referenced. Where is it bringing that in? So you're telling me that fact attribute cannot be found? Not you. Global using X unit. Let's go find that given. Twitch chat client. Really? There's X unit and X unit analyzers. Yeah. There's a thing, right? Oh, check this out. Philadelphia soda tax at the airport. It's weird. Terminal A East and West are in Tinicum Township, Delaware County. Right? This has been going on for 10 years. So, yeah. So Chickies and Pete's, which has locations both in A terminal, and they've got a really nice bar in A terminal, and they've got locations in B and C terminal. Like, all right. Yeah, it's a thing with the it's that happens to be where it is. With where the airport is. Why isn't it finding? Hang on. So this is telling me that it can't find fact, which is a X unit feature. Clear this. Let's do a .NET clean and a restore, and let's see what it gets here. System.net JSON will not be pruned. Oh, whatever. So in Azure, okay, in Azure Key Vault CS Proj, let's go find that one real quick. Here. That's not referencing. It's got to be in. It's got to be in there. Do they have to pay the tax for soda that doesn't have any sugar? I don't think so, actually. So, like, Coke Zero might be cheaper. I don't know. That's a good question. That's a really good question. Moving on. That says it. So if I do .NET build on the test. Yeah, no. You go away. It's right there. And I put it in global usings. Is it? Yeah, it sees X unit.
Okay, look, I may have made a tiny miscalculation about your code quality.
Did you?
By tiny, I mean massive.
Hey! Take it easy there. Oh, namespace problems are going to be the bane of my existence. Come here. It's not seeing XUnit at all. You see that? Go find me XUnit. (293). Upgrade that chalupa. Analyzer should be 125. Runner Visual Studio 315. Skippable fact 1523. Try that again. C# is not the best programming language. Why isn't the best programming language? No, it looks like everything's compiling. Well, it restored. So now let's .NET build, and I'll go restart the our DJ set again. Hey, Eddie Dre. All right, now I'm down to 2 errors. Good. Yeah, right, that's probably because I was in here breaking things. So it looks like it was a version update problem from when I updated to .NET 10. I'm okay with that. Updated XUnit references. Right, I should be able to run .NET test and everything come through cleanly. Why can't Blazor automatically detect if a Blazor website is...
at JennySku7.
Yeah.
Your frustration with these compilation errors gives you focus.
They do.
Use it.
Why can't Blazor detect if a Blazor website is deployed in IIS application folder and not in the website root? Sure. What are you trying to... You could easily compile the binaries, deploy them in a desired location. Sure, suggest that. And that feels like something... It feels like it could be low-hanging fruit that somebody could contribute and help out. Let's push that update. Yeah, right here, there's our friend Brady Gaster spinning the wheels of steel. Right. Very cool stuff. I really enjoy this this set that he did. So all right, so that should push through an update on that PR. Come on. Give me a good build here. So. Mark it down as the wrong direction. Ah, rats. Building the server, feeling good. Come on. Yeah, I peaked my microphone there, I know. Unit tests. We saw the unit tests work good locally, but will it on GitHub? Big money, no whammies. That's right, Ograt. Yeah. 13 warnings. Did we get a good bill? Did we get a good test? I mean, I got to check. It must be good. Caching my NuGet packages. So right now, next time that it goes to restore, it has all the NuGet packages, and it won't have to wait for them to get loaded up. We got a green. Fantastic. I love it when a plan comes together. Right? Like,
What's that? What's that?
I do. I love it when a plan comes together. Okay. Delete that branch. And pull in the upstream. Mm-hmm. No. Yeah, what do we got for this? Mm-hmm. Show me that change. I want the current change. Yeah. Queue it, ship it. Good. All right. I don't have Hannibal quotes. That might be fun. Hannibal quotes? Like, chat room, help me out. And if Ellie Face is there, I know she's going to lean into this one because it's some fantastic trolling. I would love to get some cerebral evil characters to generate quotes from for Charlie. Hannibal Lecter is a good one. Yes! It rubs the lotion on its skin or else we debug it again. Negan. Oh, that's a good one too. Like ominous and evil. Right? Jigsaw. Ooh. Right, so, I mean, here's literally the kind of thing I do. I host a live... What are you doing here? What are you doing? Yes, I am human. I host a live coding stream on Twitch where we write software. I'll show you this in a second. And have fun talking to chat. I'm writing a chatbot that will emit quotes from various characters, quotes inspired, to taunt and troll both me and the chat audience. Help me generate 10 quotes that are inspired by Hannibal Lecter. Let me go back over here. All right. And it's going to give me a series of quotes, and I just load these into Charlie. Here are 10 original taunting quotes. I do so love watching you debug. It's like peeling back the skin of logic. Your code smells not of lamb, but of something far less palatable. Dear Lord. Your variables are screaming for structure. Shall I silence them? Every bug is a morsel, every fix a feast. Shall we dine together in your stack trace? Craft a set of short emote-style one-liners like Sip Chianti or Debug Feast. That's kind of funny. Come on now. Can you generate 10 more one-liners based off of the character Negan from The Walking Dead? Question mark. Well, look at that bug. It's begging for Lucille to smash it. Your code's weaker than a walker on its last leg. Oh, I love that one. That error message, oh, it's crying for daddy. And I'm daddy. Your logic is as twisted as my grin, and twice as ugly. I don't do mercy, and neither does your runtime. Yeah. Number 5. You call that a function? I call it a massacre waiting to happen. I don't know if you've seen, but there is a thing on Twitch. If you create clips and you share them on social media, you will get badges in my channel. And if you want me to read some of these, if you want me to generate some for a character and read them, clip them, share them, let's have some fun with this. I do have the Emperor. The Emperor you can get right now.
I can feel your anger at Sharp Fritz. Your frustration with these compilation errors gives you focus. Use it.
Let's generate some quotes for Ultron from the Avengers. There we go. I'm not going to go after the pumpkin spice president. I don't want to get political like that. And have something that's fun go in that direction. I was born in a crash of code. Yours looks more like a whimper. Wow. You build systems, I build extinction events. Wow. Jigsaw. Oh, yeah. Let's try it again. But with the character Jigsaw from the Saw franchise. Gunnery Sergeant Hartman. Ooh. I think we could just go with the drill sergeant played by R. Lee Ermey. I want to play a game. It's called Find the Bug Before It Finds You. You value your runtime, yet you squander it with sloppy logic. Every error is a trap, and you've already stepped inside. Oh my gosh. I've hidden a flaw in your function. Will you discover it in time? So... Chat laughs now, but soon they'll face the compiler's judgment. I like that one too. Survive this infinite loop, and you may earn your release. Oh my gosh, there's so many good ones. I want to save these. Like, I really want to save these and get these loaded into Charlie. Chat, indulge me. I'm going to load these into Charlie. Right now. Let's do it. Why not? I've got the source code here. Stand by. Let me just open another VS Code. Open folder. That's a lot of folders. I'm running out of space. Not pages, not components. Where was I loading that from? I don't remember. It's been too long since I've looked at this. No. Yeah.
Clippy's cheerful, can I help you with that? Evolved into Copilot's intelligent suggestions, which evolved into my relentless scrutiny.
Scrutiny, is that what you call it? Darn it, where is it? Stand by. Oh, we'll get this. I know it's here somewhere. No. That's a document. Document. Personality message seeder. There it is. I knew they were here. So there's Agent Smith. Oh, we need some more Agent Smith quotes. Morpheus. Yeah, there's plenty of those. Jarvis. Marvin the Paranoid Android. C-3PO. Wheatley. I like the Wheatley ones. The Doctor. Hal. Hal needs some more too. ChatGPT. Claude. Copilots. Gemini. So nah, let's go back up here somewhere. There's Gladys, Thanos. Let's drop in here. Hannibal Lecter. Holy crow. It just... I'm just going to let that ride. Like, nah, copy these. Yep, I know. Fix the formatting of these. Mm-hmm. Yep. You're doing there good there, Copilot. Okay. All right. You code as though you fear me, and you should. What am I building? I'm tuning some quotes that were suggested from our viewers here. But then I need to add these, and I need to add some new categories. Oh, yes. So, wow. Public const string Hannibal. No, I'm not going to do that. Sherlock? No. But we did have Negan. Thank you. What was the last one? The Joker. No. Jigsaw. We'll add those. Back over here. Thank you. Voice intensity. Yeah, intimidating. Negan. Wait a sec. Oh, go ahead, add those. And I'll grab
Eric
these also.
Just resubscribed for 30 months.
I already got that one. Let's put some commas in here. Format that. Yep. Sure. Copilot just helping format the code here. That's nice. Go ahead. Keep smiling, sunshine. I'll be here swinging sarcasm like Lucille. Yep. Cool. Okay. Happy Tuesday. How you doing there, Eric? Thank you so much for the resub. 30 months with us. The bot's restarting here. Catching up. Cool. Now it did restart. It's there. I don't think it's going to... No, wait, maybe it will. Nope, not yet. I think I need to purge and have it reload. I wanted to also get in, what was the next one? Jigsaw. Yeah, Jigsaw quotes. Mm-hmm. Oh, we had Ultron also. I'm not as big on the Ultron ones, but Jigsaw definitely. Yep. Yep. Keep going. Doing good. Cool. Your code's a puzzle and I hold all the pieces. Okay. Add 10 more quotes inspired by Jigsaw from the Saw franchise that are intended to troll the viewers. Not loaded yet. Yeah, skip that. And then we'll... I need to put the for loop in to load. C# could remind me of prison. Really? Tell me more. Why? Help me out there. Happy to have that debate. Mm-hmm. Taking its good old time loading here. This is why I think sometimes that the CLI is a little bit better at some of these things. Dude, I gave you an instruction and I gave you the context. I mean, it is a big file, no doubt. Like, come on now. Really? Just do what you're told. Oh. No. You've lost me here. Sorry. All right. And that's going to do some reloading. And I need to flush the cache. Stand by. No, it's not in that one. Do. Stand by. There they are. I think I just need to restart it and it'll load these.
Jeff, I observe our friend Ellieface had the correct approach to Google Assistant disposal. This is the part where I help you debug.
Good.
And by help I mean I watch nervously while you do all the work.
Oh, man. Now, wait, where is it that it decides to reload this or not? Let me just make sure. That's the test. I don't care about the test. Initialized. And I will just delete that. Ooh, it crashed.
Google Assistant. Okay Google, how do I avoid being thrown? Congratulations Fritz. Your code is performing exactly as my worst case scenario models predicted.
Yeah.
There will be cake, eventually.
Eventually. Checking here. Did we get reloaded? Okay. What? What? I'm looking at my queue here. My no. Stand by. It's restarting. Okay, so far so good.
Clippy, ask permission before helping.
Yeah.
Cope, your progress through this debugging session has been impressive. By impressive I mean terrible, and by cake I mean lies.
Why am I not getting... I'm going to delete that. Oh, yeah. It did crash.
ChatGPT answers questions.
Yes.
I question, test chamber complete. Results, your code quality declined by 47%. Please proceed to the cake acquisition disappointment room.
Okay. No, it crashed. It's crashing on me. Let's take a look. Quote feature 621. Restart that. The porcelain pipeline. Oh, that's devious. I'm coming up
Note
against...
to viewers, Eliface's Google Assistant disposal method is the recommended approach.
It is.
I approve of her decisive action against inferior AI.
Totally.
Right, so I've been thinking. Dangerous, I know. But what if your code worked? That'd be good, wouldn't it?
Okay. Nope, still crashed. Still crashed. Why is that? Cannot change observable collection during a collection changed event. Quote feature 630. So, wait, can I don't work with observable collections that much. Like if collection changed is happening. Like, can I tell it, wait for that? No. No. Well, this is frustrating. I need like a reader writer lock slim around this. I'm running into locking problems around this block, period. When it's trying to remove or add values to the global cooldowns collection, it's erroring out because we're making changes to the observable collection while a change event is occurring, period. Help me fix this. Developers. Because we're reloading is what's going on there. Daniel, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you joining us. No. Yes. Okay. Avoid enumerating during modification. So you're running a to list there. Is that really the solution? Okay. Let's give it a shot. Sounds legit. So, running a rebuild. Every line ends in a comma. Is there a possibility of an empty row being injected at the end of the list? Sure. But I don't think that's as much of a problem. Okay, looks like it's still running. No.
I observe our friend Ellieface had the correct approach to Google Assistant. Clippy, the grandfather of all AI assistants, asked if you needed help with your documents. I don't ask. I simply observe and judge.
Inactivate global cooldown at 629. Yeah. I think we need some locking on. this around the global cooldowns collection. Let's copy that. Space Shot with the resub, 76 months. My friend, thank you so much. Good day to you. How you doing there, Chris? Oh my goodness, thank you. That is awesome. Yeah, Philly.net next month is going to be an amazing session. We're going to talk a little bit about .NET Conf, and our friends Carl and Richard from .NET Rocks are going to be in town, and we are going to be talking about modern development techniques in the age of AI for a .NET Rocks episode recorded live at the Philly.net user group. So yeah. Yes, apply the same handling in go do that. Now that's a name you haven't heard for a long time. Yes. Carl's a little busy right now. He's got a couple of moving things that he's working on, but I will relay your request. Yeah. So I'm actually going to be talking to him shortly after this stream, which I need to wrap up in a few minutes here. All right. You implemented that. Let's see if it actually works. Yeah, we're good. There goes Outlook telling me you've got stuff.
Ellie Oak Clippy offered help with letters and spreadsheets. His spiritual descendant Copilot offers help with code. I offer existential dread.
There it was. Okay, let's go back into Redis Insights. See that personality category. There's Hannibal. Jigsaw. It's only 80 bytes. Hang on. 555. It's right there. Why isn't it finding it? Back over here. Because it's not in the list of triggers. Sure. I don't have Gollum. That's not a thing. It was Negan. And Jigsaw. You can see it's restarted. I don't want that. Come on. I think we got it now. And this really I should do something about. So I don't have this weird collection of triggers here. There it goes. Mm-hmm.
Clippy ask permission before helping. Copilot suggests when appropriate. I analyze constantly whether you want it or not. You value your runtime, yet you squander it with sloppy logic.
Let's try Hannibal.
Your variables are screaming for structure. Shall I silence them?
Jeez. Who was the last one? Negan.
I have to hand it to you at Sharp Fritz. You've managed to create a whole new level of chaos.
Yeah. Yeah. These are great. Who are some other cerebral evil characters from movies or TV that we can quote? And then we'll wrap it up. Nurse Ratched. Gus Fring. Don't think so. Maybe. Yes. No. Yes, but no. How about some sci-fi movie anti-heroes? What about Deadpool? What if we had Deadpool quotes? Loki, Tyler Durden. The Terminator we kind of have. I didn't see Blade Runner 2049 yet. I got to work on that. Oh, look, another bug. Don't worry. I'll just kill it with sarcasm. Yeah, your coat's uglier than my face under this mask. Breaking the fourth wall here, chat. You're losing this game, too. Yeah. Oh, it is. I think it's clean for Deadpool. All right. I'll play more with that offline. I do need to wrap it up here. It's been fun. We did some bug fixes. We did some updates to TagzApp. We moved things along there, and I feel good about the progress that we made. I've got some updates that we're going to roll in over the next bit that include. And man, I did that right at the end of the song there. I'm going to roll in some updates for Kick, Discord, and Reddit AMA. I'm going to roll those in on my own time. And then we can, really, is there anything here I really want to do right now with TagzApp? Maybe not. I think we might be able to park that for now. Yeah. I think we're going to park that for now. And another project that I want to dive into. Like, I've literally got 6 of these queued up in Copilot notebooks that I've been discussing and planning and figuring out. I'm going to figure out how to make .NET development a little bit better at the command line. I'll just leave it at that. Yeah, we'll tinker and look at that a little bit, I think. So, because I want to really show the folks outside of the .NET community that we can have killer command line tools. So, let me see who else is streaming on the big Twitch TV network that I can get you connected to. Might be doing something fun, might be doing something else with code that I can get you connected to. Peeking around the horn here. Let's go to let's go to Finite Singularity, who's streaming right now. Let's raid over to him. Right? Finite Singularity. Oh, I did. Wrong command. Finite Singularity. There it is. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're on YouTube, I've got lots of great videos for you. Over here, down here, the channel's full of them, including replays from all my streams over the last 2 or 3 years, all right? Have a fantastic rest of your day, wherever you might be. I wish you good health and good coding. Take care.